Raider Nation, what's going on? You're watching the Raiders Report, and we got some breaking news here. The Las Vegas Raiders have signed linebacker Blake Martinez. I want every person down in the chat right now spamming BM because this is a good signing for the Raiders. There's a reason why he was brought in. We'll talk about everything he's going to add to the defense, what exactly it's going to do for the depth, how it impacts the upcoming game up against the Kansas City Chiefs, and an injury update around Raiders linebacker Denzel Perryman. The person that broke the news was Jordan Schultz on Twitter. He said, Blake Martinez is signing with the Raiders per source. Martinez has recorded 4 seasons with at least 144 tackles to go along with 13 career sacks and 39 tackles for loss. He now reunites with former Giants defensive coordinator Patrick Graham. As I reported last week, Blake Martinez previously visited the Raiders. He felt great there in terms of fit and opportunity to reunite with DC Patrick Graham, who he excelled under with the Giants. Now, I've talked about Martinez probably more than just about any linebacker on the Raiders Report over the past 3 weeks. I knew that the Raiders needed to add an extra LB, and I said that after the Denzel Perryman Week 1 ankle injury that kept him out Week 2, Week 3. I was like, a dude that I would love for the Raiders to bring in is Martinez because of those past connections, because of his past ability to play on former Patrick Graham systems, not only with the New York Giants, but also with the Green Bay Packers, where Patrick Graham was a linebacker coach. So what do we do here on the Raiders Report? We want to know what the nation thinks. We got the best damn fans in all of sports. I'm not afraid to say that. And I really, truly believe that. So grade the signing of Blake Martinez A, B, C, D, or F. A, it's an absolute home run. B, it's very good. C, it's an average move. D, it's bad. F, it's a fail. For me personally, I believe this is a B move. It is a good move. It's not a great move. It's not going to be a move that we go back and we look at the end of the year and like, this is the reason why we made the playoffs. No, it won't be. But you know what? He adds great depth. And remember last season when I talked to you all about, hey, Casey Hayward, I get it, he's a veteran, but he knows the defense like the back of his hand. A player like Deron Harmon who's played really well. He knows how McDaniels wants to run systems. I'm going to throw out another linebacker name out there. People don't like him. Raider fans kind of like him. It was Vontaze Burfict. Vontaze Burfict was a really good fit in Paul Guenther's system because he knew the system. And I was hoping for a lot more out of Jayon Brown. He has struggled. I've been hoping for a lot more out of Divine Diablo. He has struggled. Those two guys haven't lived up to it. And if you are worried that you might not have Perryman up against the Kansas City Chiefs, and let's face it, a must-win ball game, this move by Blake Martinez does make a lot of sense. Now, when you look at some of his numbers over the past few seasons, in 2021, he tore his ACL. If the medical checks out and he's good to go, I'm okay with this move. In 2020, he had 151 tackles. In 2019, with a member of the Green Bay Packers, 155 tackles. In 2018, underneath Patrick Graham, when Graham was the linebackers coach, 144 tackles. Now, I will admit, you can't just look at tackles because, just point blank simple, tackles don't tell the full story. But you know what? He does offer you other aspects of the game. Now, he's definitely predominantly a run stopper. There's no doubt about it. He's really not going to add too much in coverage situations. But I don't know if he was going to be much worse than what we've seen thus far from Divine Diablo and from Jayon Brown. You can look at some of the numbers there from 2019 and 2020 playing in a Graham system. Again, this is a familiar face to Patrick. He's going to help this Raiders linebacker unit out. And honestly, even though I was impressed by the way that the Raiders slowed down Javonte Williams and Melvin Gordon in Week 4, you still need some extra run stoppers. We can all agree on that. Now, today's show is presented by our awesome sponsor, BetUS. We got an incredible deal going on right now. So if you go to the link that you see below at chatsports.com/Raiders and you use promo code Raiders125, you get a 125% deposit bonus. So for $100, you get $125 for free to bet with. And on top of that, for first-time BetUS users, I'm also going to hook you up with a Raiders jersey. This deal has nothing to do with BetUS. This deal has everything to do with the Raiders Report. And I know it's been a struggle bus the first 4 weeks. But you know what? I felt good coming into work today on Victory Monday. So here are the steps to get your free Raiders jersey. They're Nike. They're high quality. Good luck finding a deal like this. You got to go to chatsports.com/Raiders. You got to use Raiders125 for a promo code. First-time BetUS user, sign up, deposit $100. You get $125 for free to bet with anyway. Pretty good. Make a bet, make a $10 bet, a $20 bet, a $5 bet, one of those, and then email us, jersey@chatsports.com. Email me what jersey you want, and we'll get it set up. We got Derek Carr's, Darren Waller, Josh Jacobs, Max Crosby. I got all sorts of jerseys ready to give away. Good luck finding a jersey in today's world, a high-quality jersey, Nike jersey for $100. $100, you get the $100 you put in to bet with, you get an extra $125 for free to bet with, and a Raiders jersey. This deal is only going to be valid until kickoff on Monday Night Football. So up until then, the deal's valid. So seriously, email me, jersey@chatsports.com. So not only are we going to be breaking down the impacts of Blake Martinez in this defense, I mean, you have to talk about Denzel Perryman, because Perryman to me is the best linebacker on this team. He was good in week 1. He was really good, I thought, this past week, and I really thought he was one of the biggest reasons why the team struggled, or the Broncos struggled running the football. Here's the issue. He left the game versus Denver with a concussion, and this week especially, I really truly believe you're going to see NFL teams take concussions a lot more serious. If you watch on primetime football that Tua injury where he was out cold, I mean out cold, NFL teams are going to take concussions a lot more seriously. Hunter Renfro's missed 2 weeks due to concussion. Andre James missed 2 weeks due to a concussion. Nate Hobbs had a concussion, but he was able to play this week because he passed concussion protocol. So what do I see this being? A plan B type of move. And the plan B, sometimes we need it, it's Blake Martinez. So if Perryman is unable to go, look for Martinez to be your starting linebacker this week up against Kansas City. I have that much faith in him. I really, really, truly believe you could put him in a situation right now and get him in there and see if it happens. Now, Perryman is in concussion protocol. I'm hoping that he's going to be ready to go. And if you have both of these players, yes, it's no doubt going to be a lot better than not having him, especially up against Kansas City that looks unbelievable right now. So what I want you guys to do right now is don't lie to me. I'm looking at you in the eyes. I'm looking at all the people that are watching this right now live. We got over 1,000 people tuned in. I want you to scale your confidence level in the Raiders linebacker room. Scale it for me from 1 to 10. 1 being you're not confident at all. 10 being it's the best linebacking unit in the NFL. With Denzel Perryman, I'll say a 7, because Perryman to me is a great run stopper, and he's actually really upped his game in terms of coverage ability. Now you add Blake Martinez into that mix. If you don't have Perryman, it's probably a 4. Until I see more out of Divine Diablo, until I see more out of Jayon Brown, 2 linebackers that, I'm sorry, they were supposed to be good coverage linebackers. They have not been good. I mean, you can say what you want. The linebacking unit for the Raiders has not been very good this season, which feels like the linebacking unit's been a problem for a very long time for the Silver and Black. Now, let's keep on talking about Blake Martinez here, and I'm going to go through some of his PFF grades, and if you see me looking down, it's because, again, I'm looking down on his PFF grades. In 2021, again, small sample size, only 3 games, a 57.8 overall grade. Run defense grade, 53.7. Pass rush grade, 62.2. Coverage grade, 60. What about 2020? Overall PFF grade in 2020, 75.9. That's very good. Run defense grade, 75.2. Coverage grade, 73.9. All right, so the best year he's ever had, go figure, is with Patrick Graham. In 2019, a 58.9 overall PFF grade, a 47 run defense grade, a 64.2 coverage grade, a pass rush grade that year of 78.4. 2018 with Patrick Graham, 73.6 overall grade, an 82.6 coverage grade. So I go back and I look at some of these PFF numbers. I know Blake Martinez is being a run stopper. Maybe I'm doing a little bit short-sighted here because according to PFF, Blake Martinez sounds like he's a pretty good coverage linebacker if he's in a Patrick Graham system. Now, this is why you subscribe. I know it's late. I know some of y'all are watching Monday Night Football, and to be honest, I don't blame you. I was getting ready to eat dinner with Alex and Chuck. I was getting ready to watch some Monday Night Football, but the reason why you subscribe to the Raiders Report is because I have a commitment to excellence. My team has a commitment to excellence here, and that commitment is giving you guys the best Raiders coverage that you could possibly find, not just on YouTube, but in the entire world. I take a lot of pride in that. I know that we do a lot of watch parties. I'm going to be live tomorrow on Tuesday. I'm going to be live on Thursday with a special guest, and I'm going to be live on Monday Night Football. We provide a lot of content here, and it's 100% free, so if you could, hit that subscribe button right now. And we got a big-time matchup, man. It's Week 5. Raiders at Kansas City. The Chiefs are 7.5-point favorites. Good. The last time the Raiders were this big of an underdog in Arrowhead, Raiders came away with a victory, I think. I don't know. I know last year the Arrowhead game was bad too, but I also know the year before that, Raiders did beat them. It's possible. And the fact that Kansas City lost to Indianapolis really just proves that literally anything is possible. The over-under is set at 51.5. Chiefs, 7.5-point favorites. Sounds like a good time to shock the world on Monday Night Football. So one more time, y'all, we're here live on the Raiders Report for the signing of Blake Martinez. He rejoins Patrick Graham. I would expect that he's going to be active this upcoming week against the Kansas City Chiefs. And because of this move, watch out for Denzel Perryman injury updates. I'm going to do my best to make sure you guys are staying in the know. That way, if we do find something, Perryman who's in the concussion protocol, hopefully both of those guys are out there, though, this upcoming week. So before I leave y'all, who you got? Type LV for the Raiders or type, let's do FKC for the Chiefs, man. If you want to spam FKC, I'm down with it. If a Chiefs fan watches this and they say KC, it is what it is. This week, y'all, is all about FKC. I see Extreme, I see Philip, Jose, Brandon, all in my chat right now. Shout out to all of you, and join me on Monday Night Football as the Raiders shock the world and they take down the Kansas City Chiefs.